So good day to each and everyone. So today class we are going to tackle about guidelines for effective and pair grading. So Mailer, Lin, and Granland, they are the three persons who suggested the following guidelines for effective and pair grading, and this can be adapted in the Philippine educational system, most especially in the higher education institution. So remember class that these three persons, they are the reason on why we have effective and pair grading here in the Philippines. So this is commonly used in the higher educational institution. So these are the suggested guidelines for effective grading pair. So first, we have to describe the grading procedures to the students at the beginning of instruction. So muna siya una natong buhaton teachers nga before we are going to discuss our topics, especially if the teacher na gid ka, you must describe the grading procedures. You must tell them how it would going. Next, number 2, make clear to the students that the course grade will be based on achievement only. So, himo na siya ipasabot sa mga estudyante nga ang makagain lang sila og grades if they have an achievement. So, means kung wala sila achievement, wala sila ginabuhat sa eskwelahan, they will no longer get that grades, okay? Okay, number 3 class, explain how other elements will be reported, such as efforts, kana siya work habits, and personal social characteristics. So, imo po na siyang i-explain class ang ilang mga efforts, ang ilang mga work habits, ang ilang mga personal social characteristic kung asa na sila mabutang. Kay it is not mean nga ilahan ang ginabuhat, ilan ang i-show sa imuha is wala na lang yun na mga additional points. It means naa siya. Pero dapat imo nang ipasabot kung asa na sila mabutang. Okay? For example, di ba sa periodical test, sa quizzes is maumang gina sila mga main reason or mga butang nga makakompute ka sa ilang grade. So by this example no sa number 3, lain na siyang kabutangan. So imo po na siyang ipasabot kung how you are going to rate their grades or that points. Okay? Next. So number 4, relate the grading procedures to the intended learning outcomes. So for example, instruction goals and objectives. So sa imong grading procedure class, imuha siyang isultipod sa imong students nga ma-relate siya ngadto sa inyong target nga outcomes ana nga discussion. So imo na siyang i-appeal. For number 5, obtain valid evidence as basis for reporting grades. For example, tests, assessment reports, or ratings. Number 6, take precautions to prevent cheating on tests and assessments. So as a teacher, you must take precautions, or you must discover ways in how to prevent cheating on tests and assessment. Kaya di na siya malikayan, no? Kumbaga mura na siya ma-normalize, no, at this time maski karon na ayapon na siya. So as a teacher, para mas makatudlo kanila, makaboost ka sa ilang learning, you must provide, or you must have take precautions, no. You must have many precautions to avoid cheating. Okay? So number 7, review all tests and assessment results as soon as possible, class. So when you are receive the outputs or the test papers of your students or their answer sheet, you must also review all of it. No, as a teacher, you must check it all. Next, we have properly weight the various types of achievement including in the grade. So do not lower an achievement grade for tardiness, weak effort, or misbehavior. So dili lang ka diha mag-base maski tardiness sila, weak ilang effort, but if they are doing gihapon na sila ginabuhat gipakita gihapon, you must give them additional points. I know you must give them points gihapon, no, although dili siya kadako-dakuan, pero at least you appreciate their efforts. Okay? Next, we have be pair. So that's always teachers, no, or class, dapat pair yun ka kung unsa man ang imong ihatag na grades. dili porket nga nindot siya gipakita sa imuha is imuha siyang tagano grades. So remember that we are achievement based, di ba? Okay, avoid bias yun ni class. And when in doubt, we must review the pieces of evidence such as scores in the borderline of, and if still in doubt, assign the higher grade. So kung kulang pa yun, tanawa ang mga outputs nga yung submit sa ato para matarong ni hatag ang imuhang grades. Okay? So here are the components of students' grade. So below are the different components needed for the computation of grades of the students for secondary level in each subject area from enclosure 2 of the DepEd Order number 33 series of 2004. So first we have periodic test. So periodic test, this is done summative assessment of student learning at the end of the quarter. So end of the quarter means kada human sa quarter, first grading, second grading, third grading, fourth grading, nga ang style. So mao na siya ilahang periodic test, or kung diri sa college mo na siya ang prelim, midterm, semifinals, and finals. So diha ang periodic test or end of the quarter examination. So number 2, quiz. So summative assessment of students learning, this will give at the end of the lesson. So kung periodic test kaya at the end of the quarter, ang quiz pod kaya at the end of the lesson. So quizzes given for formative purposes is wala na siya gi-consider nga i-appeal sa computation sa final grade or the student grade. Pero gihimo na siyang basis for making decision whether nga mo proceed ba ka sa muhang next lesson or mo reteach ba ka. So kung gamay siya kuha, so pwede ka imong i-recap na nga topic or imo siyang discuss pagbalik. Okay? Next, we have unit test. So, unit test, this is done at the end of the unit. So, hindi ka man sa unit, pwede sad kang muhatag og unit test. So, number 4, participation and performance. This is based on role play or student demonstration of skill or process. So, like theatrical performance, music, dance, choral reading, speech delivery, and experiment. So, muna siya ang participation performances nga pwede pod makahatag og grades. Next, we have project output. So, product of a skill or process. Example, book report, mga handy nga mga output like book report, movie review, or movie reflection, nga na siya journal niya, research. So na siya mga project output or mga project output niya ma-consider for computation the student grades. Number 6, assignment. So dapat usually no done outside the classroom, pero sa panahon karon assignment gani isgutan kay asaan siran ana sa classroom. This is assignment siya, ginabuhat nito siya para for extension for student learning, pero ang ending kay sa classroom na gihapon. So assignment is also considered one nga ma-compute siya sa student grade. Next, we have behavior. So observable manifestation of students' feelings, thoughts, and attitude. So grade reflected in education sa pagpapahalaga. So although every subject teachers is expected to contribute to the assessment of the students, so all teachers no kay naay dapat naay obligasyon nga itudlo na sa usa ka estudyante. Also ang behavior dili lang biyata skills lang, no, as a teacher dili lang skills atong gihubog sa usa ka estudyante, but we are also helping them for their behavior nga mas ma-enhance pa sad na siya. Okay? So those are the components of the student grades. Those are the types of components grades nga imong ma-appeal, no, or ways nimo para maka-compute ka og grades or asa ka mo kuha og grades, no, nga imong ipakita sa imong estudyante or sa ilang parents. Now let's move on to methods of computing final grades. So there are two ways for computing the grades. We have the averaging method and cumulative method. So the computation of final grade is also depend on the grading policy of the school kung unsa ilang ginagamit ani. Kay pwede man sila mo gamit og averaging method lang or cumulative method lang. It depends on the institution or colleges, universities, or even the school. So this method is utilized as defined in the DepEd Order number 33 series of 2004. Now let's talk about averaging method and cumulative method and how we're going to solve. So here is the sample of averaging method. I mean the formula of averaging method. So ang yung formula kay based ra ni siya kani siya no kay kasagaran ni siya ginagamit sa mga basic education, I guess. Basta mo ni siya atong makitaan. Or sa atoa kay ginabuhat pod siya. Labi na kay end man gud ni siya nga kuan. So imo mata kita diha no nga ang naa diha kay ang iyang average sa first grading, sa second grading, sa third grading, and sa fourth grading. So para makuha nimo ang final grade, so imuhara na siyang i-add. So 89 plus 92 plus 94 plus 96. So after imo na siyang i-divide og 4. Nganong 4 man? Kay base raman siya sa kanang grading period. So upat raman ka grading period. So kung ato apod like upat ra gyapon siya kay naraman tay prelim, midterms, finals ug final. So imo ra siya i-divide og 4, muna siya dihang ni answer na siya dihang 371. So imo siya i-divide og 4, munang ni answer og 92.75. So inganaon lang ingana ra pag-compute ang averaging method. So from the word averaging method, so it is based on the average no sa kana nga semester or sa kana nga period. So para pud makuha nimo ang final grade. Okay? Nasabtan ra class? Now let's move on to cumulative method. So the formula of cumulative method, we have final grade is equal to 1/3 times TGG or third grading grade plus 2/3 times fourth grading grade. So ang kalainan nilang niya ani class kay kaning cumulative method nag-base ra ni siya sa third grading ug fourth grading. So wala gi-appeal ang first grading ug second grading. Okay, to compute, so we have the example here nasa screen. So 1/3, so atong TGG nga average, so dapat ta inyong kuhaon na kay ang average ra gihapon. So atong average sa third grading kay 94. So 1/3 times 94 plus ang fourth grading nato nga average 96, 2/3 times 96. So giunsa nato siya pag-compute. So 1 is ang anong nahimo siyang 94 over 3 kay 1 times 94 94. Then imo ra na siyang i-down ang 3. So plus 96 times 2. So 96 times 2 divided by 3. So muna dihang 94 divided by 3, answer siya 31.33 plus 96 times 2 divide by 3 muna siyang 964. Then imo na siyang i-add. So muna siyang nakuha diha ang 95.33 nga final grade. So inganaon pag-compute ang cumulative method. It is based on the third grading o fourth grading. So mura na atong timan-an. No, dapat mura na atong timan-an nga nag-base ra sa diha. Unlike sa averaging method nga tanan nga average sa kada period is imuha siyang i-add dahil una pa nimo i-divide kung pila siya ka period. Okay? Now let's talk about table of equivalence. So table of equivalence, this is being utilized in the computation of percentage. So it is based on percentage lang kung saan siya pagkuha sa percentage of the scores in each subject. So take note nga kaning table of equivalence mandated ni siya for only elementary and secondary public schools based on DepEd Order number 33 series of 2004. So dili ni siya applicable for colleges and universities. This is only intended for elementary and secondary public schools. So here is the formula for computation for table of equivalence. So we have percentage is equal to total score over total number of items or TI times the 100%. So mao ni ang example sa table of equivalence for 50 items, 40 items, 30 items, 20 items, and 10 items. So under anang 50 items, kanang 40 items, 30 items, kay mauna iyang mga score kanang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So muna iyang mga score. So saan siya pagkuha sa percentage. Atong target ani nga makuha ang iyang percentage. Although na siya answer diha. So pwede niyo diha suwayan sa inyong inyong mga cellphone, no? Gamit ang katong formula nga percentage is equal to TS or the total score. So, una total score imong i-divide 1 divided by pila siya ka items, so 50. So kung 50 siya ka items, divide 50. So munang mo answer na siya diha og 2% or kanang naadiha sa percentage nga 2. So mao gyapon na imong buhaton maski ari ka sa 40 item. So 1 divided by 40 items niya. Ang answer niya imo siyang i-multiply og 100%, muna siyang maka-answer po siya 3 diha sa 40 items. Okay, ana lang kadali i-compute ang table of equivalence. So hinaot daghan mong nakatanon karon class, and thank you for listening.